Alright, today we're going to take a look at a portable air conditioner. I don't think I've ever shown a portable air conditioner before. I don't like these things, but I do pick them up occasionally because they do sell. They're actually quite popular. They're really a pain in the butt, though, to work on, or cleaning it. It's a real hassle. Just taking the case apart is some of these are really difficult to get them apart. I have the filters for this. I just took them off because they're clogged. So when you pick these portables up off the curb, they're usually missing parts. You got your vent hose here, your window bracket, a little collar that fits on here. That's missing on this one. It's quite common for those to be missing. Some of them you can buy an aftermarket kit, not too expensive, like $30. This one has a much smaller diameter opening here, so those aftermarket kits aren't going to fit on here. So I don't know what I'm going to do about that. And I'm not even sure how it attached here because there's no clips or anything. I don't know how the collar stays in there. I don't know. The other problem is these usually have two drain plugs. They usually have a drain plug here and one at the bottom. This one only has one plug at the bottom. And it's got this weird drain tubing, which goes out the exhaust. And I think you put this through the vent hose and it drips out your window. Which, interesting. I've never seen that before. So, yeah, these drain plugs are quite often missing when you get these off the curb. And a lot of the times you can't even buy replacement drain plugs for them. So you got to keep that in mind. This one's got a broken wheel on the corner here. I looked into that and I can buy another wheel for like $4. So that's not a big deal. Yeah, so this is a Windchaser. Never heard of that. I think this is a somewhat older one. It takes R22. There's no date on here. Made in China. Alright, so let's turn it on. I think the compressor came on. We're at 60. Yeah, I had no idea who the manufacturer of this is. So this has a like a dehumidifying mode and a cool mode. I'm not sure what the alarm is for. Maybe for the water. Yeah, I've already run this. It runs quite well. Seems to run perfect. There's like nothing wrong with it. Aside from the missing parts. Not actually that dirty inside there. It's medium, high. Yeah, this I gotta say it runs pretty nice. It's very quiet. These older ones, I have taken quite a few of these apart. These older ones, it's very surprising how complex they are inside. Yeah, it's quite hot coming out. Yeah, so your water collects here in a tray. And somehow it drips down here and collects in a second tray at the bottom. The other thing I don't like about selling these is you'll get people that complain that it leaks on the floor, which most of the time that is user error. I think the people don't have it sitting level or something, because they usually have a shut-off switch in these, a float switch. I always check that to make sure it works, but people will still complain about it. So yeah, these are not my favorite thing here. They're also much less efficient than a window unit. With these, you're taking the air which you just made cold coming out of here. You're using your cold air is getting sucked back in to cool the condenser coil, and then it's being blown out your window. So it's very inefficient. You're wasting that air that you just made cold. Whereas a window unit is using the outdoor air to cool the condenser. But you know, if you can't fit a window unit and you got a weird size window, then you don't have much choice. You got to buy one of these. This must have had a remote control. So yeah, this runs pretty nice, I gotta say. So that's enough of this. There's a Windchaser. I will see you next time.